Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Tonight, we are going to go ahead and make a pot of potato soup. Here in northern Pennsylvania, it hit a whopping 67 degrees. So I figured why not cuddle up with a nice warm bowl of soup and spend some time with the grandson. That's why I'm doing a voiceover today. I went ahead and I just scored those potatoes and I'm going to steam them so the skin is able to come off. Rather simple, and I don't have to spend all that time dicing and peeling, and I just needed this to be a little quicker than normal. This did take me, I'd say, about an hour, just within the midst of filming and kids and just life in general. Here, I just used a little bit of thick cut bacon, and I went ahead and just diced it up, as you see there in the background, because the big strips, it was just going to take way too long. I'm going to go ahead and get these onions all diced up, and then we're going to saute them. We're going to go ahead and let this butter melt down, and here's my grandson. He's going to go ahead and add those onions in for me. Now, these don't really need to be that soft because we are going to end up using an immersion blender. I had no actual bulbs of garlic, but I did, however, pick up some garlic powder, so that's what I added there. And now we are just going to make a simple roux. And as you'll notice here, it's still a little too wet, so we're going to go ahead and add some more flour, and then we're going to put it back on the stove and let that flour flavor go ahead and cook out, because you really don't want to taste raw flour. So now that we are nice and thick, we can go ahead and start adding in our chicken stock. I did get unsalted, so nothing at this point outside of the bacon is salted. I'm going to do that at the end, only because I want to be able to keep my salt under control for my family. And then we're just going to add some pepper. Our food nowadays have way too much salt in it, so I want to be able to control it when I can. Now here you'll see that I was able to just peel those potatoes with ease. Not a whole lot of time was spent on that. We're going to go ahead and just give these guys a rough chop, nothing too small. It doesn't really matter at this point because, like I said, we're going to go ahead and blend this up to make our soup that much thicker to help our roux out. And we're going to go ahead and get the immersion blender. Now you're going to want to be very careful when you do this. You tilt that just so, and it is going to splatter that hot soup all over you, and that is not what you want, and that is not what I want for you. And you're going to do this until it becomes very smooth, or not smooth, depending on how you like your soup. And we held back some of those potatoes, as you see there, and they are already cooked, so I'm just going to use my bench scrape to go ahead and get those potatoes all cut up with ease. Again, it took me no time. Now we're going to start adding in our salt and some more pepper, of course, but you can omit the pepper if you do not like that. And you can leave it as chunky or as thin as you would like. Now you'll see the bacon. There is not that much. And you're probably wondering, why? Well, let me tell you why. Because we're all bacon fanatics. Yes, I know. It's addicting. What can we say? Now here my grandson is adding some heavy cream, and I was not able to see how much he was pouring. I was trying to make sure that you were able to see what was going on. But that's okay. You'll see that we're able to go ahead and get that all mixed in. Now is when you want to keep your stove on a very low simmer go ahead and cover your soup up and let that thing just get nice and hot. Now here my grandson is just cutting up some chives for mine. You could honestly add in whatever you wanted. My daughter likes to add goldfish sometimes, maybe some sour cream. I like to add a little bit of cheese to mine. Well, that is going to do it for me in this video. I hope that you all had a wonderful day, and I will be talking to you in the next one. Bye.